Hello, welcome to the second tutorial video, or sort of tutorial video, where we celebrate the life and the music of Chris Squire. In this little episode we will talk about the Ranney 8-string bass. This is maybe episode number 3 of a series which will feature 8-string bass by Chris Squire. And we start in episode number 3 because I'm still working on the first and the second episodes. This third episode will begin at the album 90125, and the reason is because we know that in this album Chris used the Ranney bass, and also because he used a special kind of tuning which he developed, and it consists of tuning the top 2 strings to perfect fifths, as you have heard on the first segment that I played for you, which is changes. The Ranney bass was, I think the maker of the bass is called Ranney. This bass, it kind of looks like Chris's Rickenbacker 4008, which is the previous 8-string bass, but you know, it's red. You may have seen it on some shows or videos or photos. It's very, very beautiful. It has the headstock is also similar to the 4008, which was a prototype at the time, and it has this what is known as the potato head headstock, very, very nice design. And the Ranney bass has been used since then, or even a little bit before, on the late 70s tours, I think, to play the song Roundabout, because as you know, the original Roundabout studio version has some parts doubled on the guitar, and Chris, since the mid-70s, sometimes used to use an 8-string bass to make that effect in a live concert. So it would be like actually I cannot play exactly like Chris was playing right now, because I already have this the top 2 strings tuned in fifths. So when Chris started to use the Ranney bass to play Roundabout, he had the regular tuning on it. Also later he also used the same bass to play Going for the One in recent tours, since he already played it on the original Rickenbacker 8-string. Later Chris also played the Ranney bass on the Ladder album in 2 tracks. One is It Will Be a Good Day, and the other one is To Be Alive. So I think that's and on the last Heaven and Earth album that Chris recorded, he might have used also the Ranney bass to that song, to play that song, or at least he played it live on the tour with that bass. So the difference is that whereas for Changes and Hearts and the Ladder tracks, he played with the parallel fifths tuning, and for the other songs it was the regular tuning. There is also one song from Open Your Eyes where I think that that Chris is playing an 8-string bass, and this song is Universal Garden, but I'm not sure if it was the Ranney bass. However, I think it's with the parallel fifths tuning, and I have already made a cover video of this song. Also, on the on the Chris Squire Christmas album that Chris made some years ago, there's also one song which is Personnant Hodie, which also uses the 8-string bass with the regular tuning, and I also have made a video for that. So I think I have already mentioned all the songs in which Chris might have played with the Ranney bass, or that we are sure that the Ranney bass was used. So about the tuning. The tuning is very well explained on Chris's interview Starlix video, and the concept of the tuning is that in the normal in the bottom strings you have the normal octave, so there is an E and the other E. Here you have the A with A, and the difference comes in the top string. So over the D string we have an A, so you have this fifth, and over the G string we have a D. Okay. So when you hear the song changes and you listen to the, so you will see that these are two different notes pressed when I hit any of the top strings. So obviously when you are using this kind of tuning, and because we are talking about a tonal context of the songs that usually are made in rock and other sorts, when we work with parallel fifths we have to be careful, because this playing over here will harmonize with the main note that we are playing. There will be always a perfect fifth, and of course when you are harmonizing on a certain tonality, sometimes you don't have always perfect fifths, or even if you have, maybe it won't sound as good or as correct, or whatever you think it's correct, but you have to be careful when you go, like if you would play a major D scale, so here on the 7th I arriving in C sharp, and of course I'm playing C sharp with a parallel fifth above, so this will be G sharp, which is out of the scale. Of course the fifth should be diminished to be a G natural. So, but this is theory. I don't want to bother you much about it, but of course if you start playing with this kind of tuning and make your bass lines or something, you will find that sometimes you have to avoid certain notes, or if you want, you don't avoid them. and you just go for it. Of course, this is a matter of art and your own taste. This also raises some questions about the strings being used. I'm not sure if he put really a D string here over the G and an A string over the D. So he could move what would be here would be the high D and put here in the G slot, and take the A from here and put here in the D slot to make the fifths. And so we would use two A's, one for the octave here and one for the fifth. Or maybe he could just take the regular set and detune it from the octave to the fifth. I found out that as you would expect, the strings become a little bit floppy with doing that. So in this case, I opted to use not from the Roto Sound set, because I don't have one, but I had some piccolo strings, a piccolo bass string set, which I used in the Be The One video and on the tutorial. And so I put one string here, which is the piccolo A, and here one which is the piccolo D. Like this, there is more tension in the tuning, and it feels better for me. But you can just go to a regular 8-string bass and then tune it. Of course, maybe you have to adjust here the intonation of the strings, because it changes quite a bit, because you go, 2.5 tones lower, and so that's what I did. Of course, the disadvantage is that if you want to play something again in the regular tuning, you cannot put this string up to G and this one up to the D. You have to change again the strings. So, but that's what I did. I also would like to say that when I learned that Chris Squire was using this tuning, it also inspired me to start making something for myself with this tuning, and also to experiment with other tunings. So out of this, I made with this bass some years ago one piece that is using the tuning similar to Chris's, which is EA, and then I have a parallel fifth here, just like Chris, but here I put a major sixth, so it would be like G and E. And you can see this composition. It's called New Pictures, and it was recorded some years ago for me on a CD that was called Siberian Katru, which was a compilation of musicians that at the time were members of the news group dedicated to Yes. So and I would also like to say that by taking the example of Chris, there's always room for creativity, and we can look at Chris's playing and how he always tried to make things in a creative way, and be inspired to search also our own ways of discovering new sounds, because we we love music, and we always want to, to follow the example of our heroes. And so I think this was a great legacy that Chris left for us to be inspired, and also to find our way to make music and to express ourselves. So this is the end of this sort of tutorial. I will try to make meanwhile the previous episodes. So I would also like to speak about the 8-string bass before 90125. I'm doing some research now. I'm asking to all the friends that are connected on the internet to get some information, and I hope that soon I will have another one for you. So thank you for listening and for watching, and bye bye.